Imagine standing on a cold, windy cliff in southwestern France, 40,000 years ago. The Ice Age has locked the world in ice, and a massive mammoth herd is migrating in the valley below. Your day was spent tracking animals, scraping hides, and avoiding saber-toothed cats. Now, the sun has set, and the wilderness is plunged into absolute, pitch-black darkness. There are no smartphones to scroll, no Netflix to stream, no books to read, and absolutely no World Cup to watch. What on earth do you do for the next 15 hours until sunrise? You might think prehistoric life was a miserable, non-stop struggle for survival. But archaeological evidence tells a completely different story. Our ancestors had a surprising amount of free time, and they knew exactly how to party. Let's look at the first way they had fun: prehistoric jam sessions. In 1995, archaeologists digging in a cave in Slovenia discovered a small, hollowed-out cave bear femur. It had two neat, round holes drilled into its side. This was the Divj flute, dating back over 43,000 years, likely made by a Neanderthal. Other flutes, carved from mammoth tusks and vulture wing bones, have been found throughout Europe. These weren't just random noisemakers. When modern musicians play replicas of these ancient flutes, they discover something mind-blowing. The holes are spaced to play notes in the pentatonic scale. That is the exact same five-note scale that forms the foundation of modern rock, pop, and blues music. Imagine a group of Ice Age sapiens sitting around a crackling fire. One starts beating a hollowed-out log with a stick, creating a deep, resonant rhythm. Another blows into a vulture bone flute, sending a high-pitched, melodic tune into the night sky. Others join in, singing and clapping in unison. Music was the original social media. It brought people together, aligned their emotions, and helped them bond in a dangerous world. But music wasn't the only entertainment around the fire. They also had fireside stand-up comedy and storytelling. Anthropologist Polly Wiesner studied the conversations of the Jew/Hoansi Bushmen of southern Africa, who live a lifestyle similar to our ancient ancestors. She found a staggering difference between daytime talk and nighttime talk. During the day, conversations were practical, focused on hunting, gathering, and tribal politics. But at night, around the campfire, 81% of the conversation was stories, myths, and jokes. Prehistoric humans loved to laugh. They told tall tales of their hunting exploits, gossiped about neighboring tribes, and made jokes. A favorite form of humor was physical comedy and imitation. An ancient hunter might stand up and imitate a clumsy mammoth, or mock a bossy tribal elder, or act out a funny encounter with a Neanderthal. Laughter released endorphins, lowered stress, and kept the tribe united. When they weren't storytelling, they played games. Prehistoric humans invented the world's first board games and gambling systems using knucklebones. Archaeologists have found piles of small, polished bones from the ankles of sheep, goats, and deer in ancient caves. These bones, called astragali, have a unique shape with 4 distinct sides. Early humans would cup these bones in their hands, shake them, and throw them onto a flat animal hide. Depending on which side landed facing up, you won or lost. It was the ancestor of modern dice and the game of jacks. They played for stakes, perhaps betting a nice spearhead, a rare shell, or a choice piece of meat. Gambling and game-playing tested their luck, kept their minds sharp, and allowed for friendly competition without actual violence. It was a way to resolve tensions and pass the cold winter nights. What about visual entertainment? They didn't have screens, but they had the original movie theater, cave art. For a long time, we thought cave paintings were just static drawings on walls. But recent research suggests they were highly interactive, multimedia shows. To see the paintings of horses, bison, and lions, you had to walk deep into dark, silent caves, holding a flickering torch or an animal fat lamp. As the flame flickered, the shadows danced across the uneven, bumpy cave walls. The ancient artists deliberately painted animals with multiple legs or overlapping bodies. Under the moving light of a torch, these animals actually appeared to run and move across the walls. It was the first animation. Furthermore, the caves had incredible acoustic properties. Archaeologists have found that the spots with the most paintings are often the spots with the best echoes. Singing or playing a flute in these chambers would create a massive, booming sound, wrapping the audience in an immersive visual and audio experience. Children also had their own ways of having fun. Prehistoric kids didn't have iPads, but they had toys. Excavations have revealed miniature stone axes, tiny clay pots, and small animal figurines carved from bone. These toys were made by adults to keep children entertained, but they served a deeper evolutionary purpose. By playing with a mini spear or a clay pot, children practiced the essential skills they would need as adults. Prehistoric kids also engaged in rough-and-tumble play. They wrestled in the dirt, chased each other through the grass, and climbed trees. This play built strong muscles, fast reflexes, and social cooperation. Even the adults participated in physical play. They held wrestling matches, foot races, and spear-throwing competitions around the campfires. It was a way to show off their physical fitness to potential partners and keep their bodies in peak condition. In fact, the very act of hunting and tracking was a form of play. To track a deer, an ancient human had to read footprints in the mud, notice bent twigs, and solve nature's puzzles. It triggered the same problem-solving areas of the brain that make modern video game quests so addictive. The thrill of the chase released a surge of dopamine, a natural high. Today, we sit in dark rooms, staring at cold blue screens, scrolling through short videos, often feeling isolated. But our brains are still wired for the ancient ways of having fun. We are built to sit around a warm fire, to make music together, to laugh at funny stories, to play games, and to connect face to face. The next time your phone battery dies, or the power goes out, don't panic. Put down the screens. Gather some friends, light a fire, and have fun the way humans have